So I'm going to call on Priscilla Iheanacho.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for inviting me to be amongst this very distinguished ladies. Thank you. And okay, so mine is my environment is highly hostile, which everyone knows, Nigerian environment. And I live up in the north, so I work out of the northern part of Nigeria. And so I'm a single mother of two daughters. And earlier on in my career, when I first started, I occupied a space that is considered female. And so I didn't have all those challenges. It was safe landing for me. But in the last 12 years, I have veered into the power sector, which is dominantly male. And so I've had very practical experiences of where I come in and nobody notices I've arrived. Nobody, you're considered the secretary or the personal assistant, and so it's and then of course will I call it an advantage? I come looking younger than what I represent, so nobody wants to know. And so I found that years going forward, I had to then put my partner in front of me. So he would go first, and then he would. But when it came to negotiations and things like that, I speak, and then they listen. Eventually, I started gaining that confidence in the people that I had to work with, and luckily, as women, we do what we do. I'm not saying we do it better than anybody, but we just do what we do. And so my work spoke for me going forward, and so that I'm not an antagonist or anything to having to work with men. I don't say no because I gain experiences. I observe a lot and I listen, and so I am very grateful for the environment that I've had to work in, and that has formed a lot of decision for me going forward, and it's also formed my the way that I mentor the younger ones. Even so it's Nigeria. I won't. I mean, we're women. We've come a long way. We've come. We now have a space. We're given. We're allowed to speak. We have maneuvered greatly. So with that experience, what I tell the next generation, my daughter, um, is one who has doggedly come into the Nigerian space, come in and is bent on making a difference. So she, for me, the other day we were having a conversation. She said, "Mom, a lot of what I have learned is from your practical experience and conversations that I've had with her outside of the office." So it's not an easy space for us here. It's not for her, but we've they I must say that government before now and hopefully in the future uh, have worked hard in allowing women. I mean, we have Mrs. Okonjo-Iweala who came from Nigeria, who was given that space to work in and really greatly with all sorts of experiences, and also she impacted. So I've had a lot of young ladies, my daughter inclusive, saying, okay, if she can go through this, why don't we be in this space and make the best out of it as well? Because this is a person who went through that experience coming from outside and have gone forward to portray Nigeria in a positive way. So I post COVID, my advice, and I say to my daughters, my experience is that family has become very, very important to me. It was before, but it is now. And it's come as a situation of forced on us because we all had to stay locked in and be everyone's keeper. And so what that did for me was, I observed people who had male children, young ones, and then the female ones. And it's very important, because most of what we have, the problem that we suffer, is from our foundation. So with that experience, I now say to people that you start from the young one, my daughter, of course, she wants male children. You start from that foundation, creating it. Because if the people before us and the people that we were with knew what to do, I don't think that it would be so bad. Because up in the north, we have no voice. Literally, you can't. So that's how we've had to live, and I believe that going forward now, everyone having gain something from all the experiences of the pandemic, know what to do. And with all that happened at that time with the BLM and everything that created all sorts of awareness, so we now know where we lack. And so I say also that it's for me, I've had to redirect. I work more with a heart of compassion now. I don't, I used to really burn myself out. I mean, dogged in everything that I did. It was more like trying to assert my right and prove myself. In the years that I've been working, which is over 27 years, I've been occupying the space before the power sector. And so what I did so much of was trying to assert myself. It was almost like I had to prove something. I had to prove something. So that was my drive. And so I didn't mind who I stepped on to prove something. So that really,
Priscilla,
now with the...
Priscilla, 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Yeah? 1 minute of your time.
No, I'm okay. I'm running off. So with COVID and all, my passion, still, trying to do what I do well. I now have a more humane character, and I try to impact. And I now more or less I live and let live. And so I've let people evolve. I hear more. I'm not in competition with myself. I just, I go forward to fulfill and to impact more than anything else. So that's what I've come out with the pandemic with. And so going forward, this is my outlook. And then also I say to my daughter, don't struggle. Don't struggle like I struggle. Don't struggle. Just let men also, because in partnership we survive. So we don't in a certain trying to dominate. That's what I did in the past. So my advice is just let everyone be in that space and occupy which is yours, and then what you do will speak for you. There's no need being in competition with yourself going forward. That's what I've said to myself, and that's helping me ease into what I do. And so I do it better now.